Alright, welcome to another Monday night card games with yours truly. And tonight, we finally have Legends of Runeterra. So, this is the card game from Riot Games. It's finally in beta. It's an invite-only beta, but it's pretty easy to get invited. Just apply and cross fingers, I guess. I've been playing it since the day it dropped, since Friday. Not hardcore, but enough to kind of get a sense of the game, get a sense of the cards. Yeah. Okay. So I think we will showcase the cards a little bit. So let's go from here. So can actually set my player icon. Good old Poros. This is all neat stuff. Yeah, let's go this happy little guy. He's a good boy. Good boy. Alright, so let's go to the collection and cards. Okay, so instead of like particular colors, we have regions. Demacia, Freljord, Ionia, Noxus, Piltover, and Zorn, Shadow Isles. So for anyone who is familiar with the League of Legends lore, these are all essentially regions of the world. I don't know if this is all of the regions that contain that are in the world. There could be more at a later date. Who knows? This is what we've got now. So when you're constructing a deck, which is... I don't recommend newer players construct a deck. Just go with the pre-made or have a look at what's being played at the moment. Like you can totally try your hand at making a deck, but just don't expect it to be good until you've actually played a few games against other people, see what they're playing, that sort of thing. But essentially, when you're constructing a deck, you can have either just one single region or the maximum 2 regions. So two regions to a deck essentially. Whether or not that'll be changed in the future. My opinion, I like the 2 regions. I think having to be able to have more regions in a deck, you need to have more regions to be able to select from. But at the moment in the beta, it's 2 maximum. I recommend building a deck with 2 regions. Simply because there are some things in some regions that don't show up in others. There are some things that, say, Demacia does better than Ionia. Like, Demacia has well-stated creatures and abilities. Ionia has good spells, for example. Alright, so again, if you're familiar with League of Legends, we have the champions. So in a deck, you can have an up to maximum 6 champions. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to have 6, it's just that the maximum is 6. And you can have more than 1 copy in a deck. You can have 3 copies of any card in a deck. So I could essentially have 3 Broms, but that takes up 3 of my champion slots. So what ends up happening is, well, like I would consider, say, Zed be like a 3 of. You know, the cheap, well costed, and is fairly aggressive. On the other hand, I probably wouldn't have too many Anivias or Tryndamirs simply because they cost too much. But the option is there to have, say, 3 Tryndamirs in the deck and construct a deck that essentially just waits until it tries to play a Tryndamere. But again, each of those copies takes up a champion slot. 40 card maximum. I don't think it'll let you play less than 40 cards, so it's just a 40 card deck all up, and you can have up to 3 copies of a card in a deck. Pretty straightforward, really. Well, let's have a look at what are these champions. So Braum. So he has all champions have a level up ability. So they essentially, this level up means that they transform into a different version of their card once their condition has been met. So once Braum has survived 10 total damage, he then transforms with a pretty, well, they all have like really beautiful transformations, and he'll transform into his level up form. So whenever he survives damage, summon a Mighty Poro, and this is the Mighty Poro. So that's an example. Also, abilities on cards. So there are quite a few abilities, some recurring from other games, like Overwhelm. It's basically Trample. So if a creature gets blocked, a creature with if a creature blocks a creature with Overwhelm, the Overwhelm says, all right, well, I'll deal however much damage it takes to kill you, and then the rest to your Nexus. Whether that be 1 or 6, and then whatever. So Overwhelm. Quick Attack. It's basically First Strike, but it's when it's attacking. So when we do get into a game, I'll kind of explain a few of the mechanics, like the turn-based structure, because it's actually pretty interesting. Like, I don't think I've seen this kind of mechanic employed in too many games. None that come to mind at the moment, but I'm sure they're out there. It's just not a mechanic that shows up a lot. But essentially, when it attacks, it does its damage before the blocker does its damage to them. So, pretty handy. But on defense, it won't get this. Fearsome. So Fearsome is just can only be blocked by enemies with 3 or more power. Pretty self-explanatory. Frostbite. So Frostbite sets a unit's powers to 0. That doesn't mean that it can't attack. It's not stunned. It just has 0 power this turn. And there are obviously cards that interact with that. You know, that destroy a minion with less than 3 power or something. So Regeneration. Heals fully at the start of each round. So in this game, creatures and champions maintain their damage once they've taken it. So cards with Regeneration are really good. Really, really good. And a new mechanic that I haven't seen, to my knowledge, is Challenger. So you can... when it comes to Challenger, so when it comes to this particular mechanic that the game has, when you are attacking, Challenger says... so when you attack, your opponent then has the option to block, and block as they choose. Challenger says, well, before you choose to block, I'm going to force you to block in this manner. This is very, very powerful. You can take away a crucial blocker from them, or you can drag in a unit that they want to keep alive or on their bench that they don't want to die just yet or is trying to build up. So cards with Challenger can really mess up combat for your opponent. Are there any other abilities? There are a couple. Spells behave a little differently. We will get to that. Okay, Elusive. So it can only be blocked by other elusive units. Pretty self-explanatory. So if you see an elusive unit, you better have your own, or you better get rid of it somehow because you're not blocking it. You're just not. Fearsome, Quick Attack. Is there anything else? Oh yeah, Barrier. Negates the next damage the unit would take. Again, self-explanatory. The negates the next, like, whatever damage the unit would take. Last Breath. Again, self-explanatory. So Last Breath is just when it dies. In the current iteration of the game, I think Last Breath is probably the most broken because there's only one way to deal with Last Breath cards that I know of, and it's not in a very effective way. So as far as I can tell, there's no way to actually... Oh, actually, though, there are two ways, but you have to play a particular... region to be able to have that card, or those cards, and I think that... I don't like it, because if Last Breath becomes an overwhelming part of the meta, then you're forced to play that particular region. And if you're forced to play a particular region because of the metagame and how it's shaped, then it doesn't make for good diversity. So you've got people who play like a Last Breath deck, and then you've got the people that play the deck that counters that. And that's it. And that's what kills games. Like, lack of diversity. So I wonder if I can find it. It might only be allies as well, so I don't know why you would... Sorry if I'm taking long on this, but I need to show you, just because after playing this game for a few days, it was my first time playing this game on Friday, but after playing for a few days and just noticing certain things, it's a little concerning. I hope in the main game, once this game is fully released, there is a silence, but I think you can only silence your allies, or your creatures. You can't silence enemy creatures. Because I have seen a silence, but I can't remember if it was only your creatures. Yeah. Let me... Okay, we probably went past it. But yeah, essentially... I don't think that Soraka isn't available yet in terms of champions. So, go champions and show unknown. So we've got Teemo, Elise, Lucian, Braum, Draven, Ezreal, Fiora, Kalista, Katarina, Zed, Ashe, Jinx, Shen, Yasuo, Garen, Heimerdinger, Karma, Thresh, Vlad, Darius, Hecarim, Lux, Anivia, Tryndamere. This is the pool of champions that we currently have at the moment. There'll definitely be more. But yeah. Yeah, the first person wording on these cards. Yeah. The wording is... Oh, yeah. See, what's a good example? Yeah, so... Yeah, a very good example is Ashe and Katarina. So Katarina says, when I've struck, then recall me. So this card physically needs to do something. Whereas on Ashe, you, meaning the player, frostbite 5+ enemies. So Ashe is unique in the fact that she doesn't actually need to be on the field for her level up to occur. She could be in the deck and her level up could occur. Whereas, for say, Kalista or Katarina, they need to be on the field at least. So you got Ezreal, Ashe, Jinx. I haven't tested this with Jinx yet. Only because I haven't met this condition. I'd be because it says your hand is empty. It doesn't say I've seen your hand is empty. So I don't know if she can transform while in your deck still, or if she needs to actually see you physically have no hand. If she needs to be on the board and you have no cards in hand for her to trigger. Like, these are just things that I just don't know because it's not. It's the wording. The wording is very murky. This is where like a glossary would be really great. I'm assuming there might be one on their website. I haven't. Yeah. Well, it does seem dumb, but Ashe and Ezreal, there's no stipulation on if they need to be out on the field for them to have seen you actually do these things. Whereas cards like Draven, Fiora, or Lucian, I've seen 4 allies die. Not. So that's what I mean. Like, it needs to be out on the battlefield for it to then start leveling up. Whereas Ashe can still be in the deck while you're still frostbiting, and it'll transform while still in your deck or hand. Because of that wording. So whether or not this applies to Jinx, or whether this applies to Vladimir, you've had 6+ allies survive damage. Does that mean? See, like Thresh and Vlad, like have different wordings, but they sound the same. Well, there's plenty of like Frostbite cards. Like Frostbite is a good mechanic. Targeting 8 things is pretty easy. You've targeted, and see, that's the thing. You've targeted enemy units 8 times. Does this mean with spells? It doesn't stipulate that you've targeted enemy units 8 times with spells. So you could target enemies with creature abilities. Can you? Do you? It doesn't say. Exactly. Like, it just says you've targeted enemy units. It doesn't say you need to target them with a spell. It doesn't, yeah. Because a good example is... Where's Lux? Where are you? Yeah. I've seen you cast 6 mana of spells. So, you know, they do, you know, specify a particular type in one card. So, if they're not doing it in another card, then I guess that must be it, right? These are things that maybe someone with a bit more time can work out for us. Just do a, what is it? A myths sort of video. You know, myth or not myth, myth busted sort of thing. Would love to test out a lot of these. But anyway, let's get into a game. 3 seconds. Yeah, absolutely. So let's get into a game. Yeah. I think this is the deck that I'm kind of leaning towards in the current meta. There's a Freljord, Demacia style. So in card game terminology, it'd be a mid-range deck. So it's all about playing value cards, just outvaluing your opponent. Alright, so mulliganing, pretty straightforward. Let me just tweak this a little bit. There we go. Demacia Noxus. Think we will swap you out. So replace, and we'll replace the Avalanche. And we'll keep the Omen Hawk. Omen Hawk, oh, double Omen Hawk is like the most ideal play. Here we go. So, Omen Hawk, when I'm summoned, grant the top 2 allies in your deck +1/+1. That's a 3/2. Alright, well. Alright, so. So, let's explain a little bit about what just happened there. So, obviously, each card has its mana cost in the top left, bottom left is its power, and bottom right is its health. So this is your mana meter on the right hand side, and we will explain this little mana meter, your spell mana, in a moment. So right now, it's his attacking turn. So we actually take turns attacking and blocking. So I'm going to block this, because I do have a bit of a game plan around this, and we'll block. And then once both players pass, it is now my turn to attack. So if I do nothing, that's it. Like, he doesn't get an opportunity to then try and attack me until it's his attacking turn. And as we pass turns between each other, we actually, each round, we gain an extra mana. So it's not one full lap of each person attacking then gain 1. It's just your attacking round gain 1, my attacking round gain 1 mana, your attacking round gain 1, and so on and so forth. So we're going to play the Omen Hawk, and he get the opportunity to play something. What do we want to do here? I think we'll attack, because if he blocks with either of these things, it's going to be amazing, but he's not going to, because what's the point? Next turn, like, we'll probably just swing with this. Why? 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 But yeah, okay. So, the end of his turn, well, the end of turn is the end of my attacking turn. So once it's passed, he loses that buff. See, that's interesting. So, he gave his unit +1/+1, and it kept the health. So essentially, healed him 1. It didn't take away. See, that's super interesting to know, because in conventional card game sense, he would lose the entire +1/+1 buff and go back to a 3/1. Not so. Not so. So that's something that you need to be careful for. Alright, so because we had 1 mana left over previously, it turns into our spell mana. So when we play a spell, it'll draw from this extra mana pool first before our main one. This is actually, like, really neat. So when it comes to spells, we don't max out at 10, we max out at 13, which makes for some very interesting turns. We are going to play this 4/3. There's a good chance he's probably going to attack with both. And we're actually going to frostbite something. Because my game plan is we're going to just buy all the time in the world. In hindsight, I probably should have frostbit this and blocked this, because at least this can't block. So had I killed that, I would have gotten in a free swing. So that's my bad. But if I do... yeah, let's do this. I was considering playing Ash, but then I drew this. So this forces him to play another creature, otherwise... So this is... so we're going to demonstrate Challenger. So I'm actually going to take both of these, and then I'm going to drag the 3/3 in front of my 4/3 because it's going to take no damage. So he has no choice but to block one of block this with one of these. And that's the super interesting part of this game, is that one attacker, one blocker. There is no multi-blocking. So cards with Overwhelm become so much better. So much better. That, and you can only ever have 6 creatures maximum on your table here. And then, which obviously means you can only attack with 6 creatures maximum here. Now, how combat works is it works from left to right. So always, your creature on the left will attack first, and then go in order all the way down. This matters because abilities can trigger mid-combat. So Darius, for example, transforms when the Nexus is at 10 or less health. So common strategy is to simply put Darius, when you're attacking, put Darius as far down the attacking order as possible, and have all your other creatures attack first. That way it has the Nexus has a better chance of getting below 10 health, and once it does hit 10 or less health, he will transform before he attacks. Which makes combat, again, super interesting. We are going to play Ash. Oh, no. I'm going to play the Omen Hawk. Just more bus. I got 1/1 that gives... It's essentially a... I would say that Omen Hawk is a 1 mana 3/3. Because it gives your other creatures +1/+1. And... always, like, having more health is always preferable to having more attack. Because your creatures are going to live through, like, most things. Oh, well, with creatures... with only, like, one block, or one attacker or one blocker happening only, having more health means your creature has the opportunity to trade with more creatures as the game goes on. I don't know why you would try to attack with everything. But now you know I have an Ash. Okay. I'm gonna chump block. Which is a terrible idea for him. Because I'm going to do this. So... Alright, so... Another strategy is to... When you know that your attacking turn is coming up, you try and play as many minions on the end of their attacking turn as possible. Because when it becomes your attacking turn, if you attack first, they have no opportunity to play cards before the attacking finishes. So we're going to drag this in front of this, because Ash's ability is going to trigger, and this is going to be a 0/4. Which means this will just trade comfortably, and that's it. So the only thing he can do now is spells. So a slow spell can only be cast during main phase. So it can't be casted during attacking or at any time. Fast spells are spells that can be cast at any time, but your opponent can respond to them. And burst spells are spells that can be cast at any time and cannot be responded to. Burst spells are generally around the mid-level range of strength. Like they are not like super powerful, thank goodness. So this is what I mean. Like, he's played Darius on his turn, which means that I will need to... Yeah, I'll need to play at least another creature. Yeah. Yeah, that's a... If you played Yu-Gi-Oh!, that's essentially like Yu-Gi-Oh! Spell speeds in terms of, like, level up. So, he can actually play 4 Demacia right now. And, unfortunately, at the moment... Well, if he does, it gives me the opportunity to respond. So, if he doesn't play spell here, the first thing... Any attacks, I can't play any of these yet. But he's going to play 4 Demacia to buff up his creatures, which then gives me the opportunity to cast any of my creatures. Alright. So Darius is gonna go last. He's going to turn into a 10-5. I have the option to play a Nivea this turn, which I think I might. Because then next turn, yeah, next turn will be Tryndamere. So what I might have to do... Yeah. The issue is I don't want Darius transforming before the Nexus falls under. So, thankfully, Anivia will go there. I think we might have to throw Lux under the bus. Because I want the challenger for when I'm attacking and to just, like, take Darius for an inconvenient block. So I'm going to fall below, but you'll see the transformation animation in a moment. So the animations are like really cool. And Anivia is going to come back at the start of my turn unless he kills it now. Nope. Alright, transform back, baby. Alright. Wait, that's a... Come on. Are you kidding me? Oh, if you're enlightened. Should probably read the fine print. Okay, so... Issue is Darius is a 10-5. Enlightened is when you're enlightened, you have 10 max mana. So I essentially have to wait 2 more rounds to be able to use it properly. So what I might do is I might actually bait him into a bad block. So I'm going to give Ash barrier. And then I'll probably attack with Ash. And only Ash. Whether he likes to block or not is up to him. But what I'll do is that next turn, he'll probably swing with at least the Darius. I'll frostbite him. He was never going to block with Darius anyway. He'd probably block with either of these. I'd probably block with this.
I won't back down.
Sure. So I need to frostbite 2 more things. And she'll transform. Enemies with 0 power can't block. We get a crystal arrow for the next round. Frostbite an enemy, then frostbite enemies with 3 or less health. So we don't get to play the spell until... Sure. This is fine. Like, unless he gives this Overwhelm... I don't know why I just didn't double Avalanche. We don't really want to play Avalanche. Kills our Nivea. But we get our Nivea back at the start of the next round. Okay, awesome. So, this is where... let's go there. Go there. Go there. I'm going to Frostbite the Darius. And block. So once it becomes my turn again, I'm going to cast Tryndamere. Give it +1/+1. Okay. Okay, so then it lives. But because he's given it +1/+1, it's going to keep that health stat. In a normal game, it would just lose it. But it's going to hold on to that +1/+1. So we're going to cast Tryndamere. And champions taunt each other if they know each other, so... Yeah, that's neat. Yeah. Yeah, next turn he is dead. So he needs to play a creature here. Or start killing some of this, because... Okay. Ooh. Kill a damage unit, you can cast it again, so these two are dead. So that's dead. Alright. Welcome to Anivia. The transformed form, mind you. Now, Anivia, I believe, is pretty damn strong. Why? On attack, she deals 2 to all enemies, including the Nexus. So, we just do this. Attack. Trigger. Now, creatures that are declared blocks, the creature can't attack. Oh, well, the creature doesn't deal damage to the Nexus. Unless it has Overwhelm. And this is fine. Why? Because when Anivia dies, she comes back as an egg. Start of the round, she transforms back. But Tryndamere has Overwhelm, so he's going to deal damage to the Nexus. Doesn't matter if there's a blocker there or not. Trample is trample. So, Overwhelm is a very... Like, if people aren't playing with it, you should be. Do not underestimate Overwhelm. Alright, so this is essentially like the meta at the moment. Is the aggressive Shadow Isles Iona deck. Or Shadow Isles Noxus deck. They're just super aggressive decks. We're going to replace these two. They're going to take a little too long for us to kind of build up to. This hand is fine, though. So he's on attack. It's Pataporo. What a good boy. Alright, sweet. Omen Hawk for the win. Like, it's so good. Like, it's the main reason why you play Freljord. Like, it's just... It's just so good. He'll probably kill it. So he can... So there's a... I don't know. There you go. So the antithesis to Omen Hawk is Inspiring Mental, which gives an ally +1/+1 in hand. Difference is that this gives 2 creatures. I don't get to choose what 2. And he needs creatures in hand for that to be good. But hey. We'll just attack. There's no reason not to. If we trade, we trade. Fine. Nothing of value was lost that day. This is fine. Ooh, Feather Tracker. Sure. And a 3/2 a challenge? Like, this is fine. So we're going to attack first. Because he's got nothing on board, so we might as well get the free damage in. Sure.
It was right on my tail.
Cool. We have 3 Frostbites in hand, so if we don't draw Ash, I'll be able to... I'll do it... I'll do it for the giggles. Oh, double Brood Awakening. That's a lot of damage. Avalanche would be perfect here. Yeah, let's play a Sentry.
See the Nebastian border from here.
So he's probably going to swing with everything, because why wouldn't you? Right? You have 6 creatures on board. Okay. I don't know what that accomplished. But I'm not going to play this dude, because this is fine. Okay, so... This is what I mean. Like, I'm doing this on purpose to be, like, I wouldn't normally do this. So, there we go. So, Ash triggers while still in the deck, because of her particular wording. I say, let's go there, let's go there, and let's go there. Sure. Now we'll play the Tavern Keeper and heal up. I'll heal the Nexus rather than this. Alright. Avalanche. It's a good card, but unfortunately wipes out way too many creatures. So let's put some pressure on, I say.
Been a long path to get here.
See if we can't perhaps draw in. Alright. Yeah, let's draw in this. Yeah. I know it seems bad because it's still trading, but it means that these two can't block anything else because of Fearsome. Let's see what he does. Kill an ally to draw 2. Okay. And he knows that. They're basically pointless at this point, so he might as well try and draw into something that'll save him. He's on 3. So he's gonna get 3 spell mana? Oh no, he's gonna play Trend. I mean, Zed. Okay. Sure. Question is, does he attack? Question is, do I play an Avalanche? But we can just Frostbite it. Frostbite's real good. Messes with combat a lot. Not entirely sure what this eye is meant to do. It just looks cool. But you can have a look at like the previous turn. Kill a unit. Okay. Okay, so this shows you what happens after the spell is cast. Sure. You may kill that. Go for it. I will play a Hawk. Because why not? Ah. We got him. Alright, so we're gonna go there. Gonna go there. We don't care about this. Alright, he surrendered. Cool. And that's that. Let's work towards unlocking this chest tonight, I reckon. We get the vault. So... the vault unlocks Tuesday, but I don't know if that's Australian Tuesday or American Tuesday. Because if it's American Tuesday, it won't unlock until Wednesday. So, should be under rewards. Maybe home? Yeah, here we go. Weekly vault. Yeah, unlocks on Tuesday. So at the moment we get 2 silvers and a gold, or is that 2 platinum? I don't know. It's probably 2 silver and a gold chest. So once you've done all of the tutorial and have unlocked all the rewards for the tutorial, you then unlock regions. So as you level up in your region, you earn the region-specific chests, rewards, stuff like that, all the way up to 20. And you can change your region at any time. And it'll keep your previous XP of the region. Yeah, exactly. I would hope the time zone is close to us. Anyway. We're going to continue. Well, actually, we might edit the deck a little bit. Only because we might cut the Lux. I'm not casting enough spells for her to transform. And Final Spark. And when she does transform, you need to keep spending 6+ mana on spells per turn. Or like whenever. To be able to make a Final Spark. And I just don't have enough spells to take advantage of her. She's a 3/4 with Barrier otherwise. For 6. Which is a bit meh. So I think we can do a bit better. I had considered Braum, but I find that he just dies a lot. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a Braum transform either on my side or on the enemy side because we've always dealt with it. So what we might do... do we have more of these? Vanguard Defenders? Oh, we're not playing any Vanguard Defenders. Why? Oh, because we went more Frostbite. Or Frost Sentry, I guess. I wonder if there's anything we can... Cynthia's not amazing. Yeah. The reason why I don't like... Braum is good with Braum's signature spell. Yeah. Actually, do I have his signature spell? Oh, I do. Braum's take heart. Granted damage. Oh, yeah. Where are you? Yeah. Yeah. So if I was to play more Braums, I'd play the... Yeah. But unfortunately, yeah. When he gets plus, he's actually pretty decent. Probably still wouldn't play him there. Yeah, I agree. I don't know if I like Cytherea the Bold. I think we can do better than her. I want to try Rime Tusk Shaman, actually. So start of the round, Frostbite, the strongest enemy. So that's the start of each round. Alpha Wildclaw is amazing. Scar Maiden Reaver. Oh, I love this card. I love this card. Yeah, that's a good point, too. 3/7 with Challenger, yeah. But, like, Scar Maiden Reaver, it has Overwhelm and Regeneration. So, to give any buffs to this card is amazing. It's a 5-mana 4/5, which is not a great rate. But at the 5-mana slot, apart from the champions, I think this is the best costed creature because of these two abilities. If you had cards that granted this challenge, again, you just grind it into the ground. Grind the enemy into the ground. But, yeah, for Braum, you'd have to take a particular setup, and I don't feel that committed to that. I'd rather take cards that are good in any situation, rather than cards that need another card to be good. So, She Who Wanders, just a big 10/10 that kills all things with 4 or less power and playing in hands. It's huge. But yeah, if your opponent has a bunch of 5+ power dudes in play, nothing dies. You played a 10/10 for 10 that did nothing except maybe, yeah, it's way too much commitment for me. So what we might do, I might actually make another Rime Tusk Shaman. So let's use a wild card. I'm going to play 2 Rime Tusk Shamans. We're going to keep this there. Yeah, Yeah. Wonder if there's any other changes. Maybe the Vanguard Sergeant. I'm not totally sold on Vanguard Sergeant, so maybe there is something at the 3 that we could play. I do like Lauren Protege, but we're already playing it. Like a 2-4 with challenge. Basically, it's there to clean up all the little spiders and little crap. Like, yeah, just the spider decks are definitely the meta deck of the aggressive meta choice. What else do you have? We have a 3. When I'm summoned, draw a unit if an ally died this round. Maybe? How many can I make? None. I have no well, I mean, I can make 2, but I'll pass on that. Do we want to up the curve, perhaps? What do we have it for? Yeah, maybe we up the curve a little bit. So, what are we taking? Yeah, let's cut the Vanguard Sergeants and play 2 Blade Keepers. Yep. Alright. Let's have a go at that. Yeah. Trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, I'm sure there's plenty. So we're essentially playing like mirror decks, I would say. I'm pretty interested to see what kind of direction he took his deck. We're going to replace the Tryndamere. We don't need him right now. We're going to actually hold on to Avaros and Hearthguard because we definitely want to play him as soon as we can. Let's replace these and try to roll into better cards. See, that's better. Like a dude that essentially buys time. Alright, sweet. Yeah.
I'll write my own story.
Sure. So we're gonna hit for 2. Which is unfortunate. So 1 mana, 2/2. So perhaps he's taken an aggressive route for his deck. I don't know. We're gonna play the Omen Hawk. It's fine. It's early days. We can hold on. We can buy a lot of time with these Ice Veil Archers. Like a lot of time. Elite Tribal deck. Elite Tribal? Oh, as in like Elite up here. Oh. Is there... I don't know enough of the card pool to know if something triggers off of like the Elite card type. But we're going to pass. If there is, I'd like to know. Absolutely. Oh, double Omen Hawk. That's pretty good. Demacians have elite support. Ah, okay. We're still going to pass. Ooh, Feather Tracker. Very good. You're probably up to attack here. Like, start off attacking. No? Alright.
Can't afford to miss. Winter, take you.
So I actually don't know if he sees Ash level up. Like, I don't know what cues from my deck that my opponent gets to see. At the moment, I don't think there's an effective way to look at some... I don't think there's any way to look at someone's graveyard. Yeah, we're gonna trade with this 2-2. After all, we're just buying time. And we don't have an avalanche yet, so I don't feel comfortable just taking a bunch of damage.
I've got your back.
Whoa, what was that noise? Oh, a follower. Oh, cheers. Ah, okay. The Brom. Very good. Yeah.
Nothing escapes my watch.
He still has something with 1 mana. Yeah, how's it going? Ah, okay. We're gonna take away his option for Challenger. I was gonna take away the 3-1, but I don't want him messing around with my blocks. I want to attack with this because I won the card from it. Like this. Ooh, more Avarice and Hearthguards. Yes, please. Yeah, he'd probably start attacking, start cleaning some of this stuff up. So, Braum would have gotten... So he got a double buff from the Omen Hawks. Deal 1 to all battling units. That seems good. And it's a 5/8 too. Yeah.
Our strength is yours.
I want the buff as soon as possible. It's still early days in the game as well. So he'll...
Shield up.
Yeah, see a 5/8. That's huge. 5/8 is very good. Yeah, and I'm still gonna play the other Avarice and Hearthguard. Yes, he does. Deal 1 to all battling units. So if he's battling... Oh boy. That's a big dude. Oh. Oh, okay, it's only on attack. Sure. Too little too late on the avalanche. If I was him, I would attack in this situation before letting me play anything. Or not. That's pretty good too.
A true Freljordian welcome.
Man, they're 5/8. Like, it doesn't really matter that it deals 1 to all battling units. Just the fact that it's huge. And Brom will get to transform. Or not? Why not? I'm gonna block there.
And defend.
Actually, this might work out for us.
Save the host.
Or not.
Time to celebrate. Till the end.
Oh, do you want to all battling units, not attacking units? Okay. That was my bad.
Tremble before the winter's claw.
Okay. See, I'm still learning. Still absolutely learning this game. And that's a 2-9. It's huge. That is the detriment to playing this kind of deck, so I might switch it up to... Like, it depends on what I'm versing.
They're out there. I'll spot 'em.
Because there are particular cards in, say, a Noxus deck that would be amazing for this situation. Just unfortunately, the particular deck I'm playing is more geared to dealing with the aggressive Noxus deck. Noxus Shadow Isles deck. So we might switch it up again.
Up there in the mountains.
I don't see much reason not to start just dropping everything and trying to stay ahead of the game.
Strength and grace. Beauty in the blade.
Yeah. Challenge is really good.
Strength and grace. Beauty in the blade. Safeguard our homes.
I want the card from this a lot more than I want this. Whether or not he realizes that. Fazia might trump with the 1-1, so I have less chance to draw out of this.
Help is on their way.
Okay. I wonder if he gets the Mighty Poro in hand? Ah.
It is easy. See?
Yeah, see? If I... yeah, now that it's his turn, he'll attack first before I get the opportunity to play a card. Because either of these would be amazing. Like in this situation. Or at least would have been had I gotten a previous round. Because, like, Frostbite this, everything else starts, you know, becoming a lot more doable, but... yeah.
Nothing stands in our way.
Probably draw these three into these, forcing me to block this.
Aha. First we fight. We should be friends. You gotta believe me. Oh, there.
Think... oh no, I think I'm just dead. Yeah. Think I'm pretty dead. Oh no.
No, please.
I live on 2?
Save my village.
Bring me the calm of an ice-shrouded world.
I've survived a few winters.
Ice runs in our veins.
I really don't like the fact that it keeps its that they keep their health after the buff. Like, it should lose that tick of health. Like, really?
Winter is the Freljord's true ruler.
Break the strong, slaughter the weak.
And that's all I can really do.
The frost revealed all to me.
Pretty sure I'm still dead here. Which sucks. Why? Such a weird choice by him. So, yeah, free up some of his 6 slots, I guess, but, like, why? Legitimately, if he had just attacked, he would have won.
For king and country.
Pillage and burn.
Like, had he had just attacked with everything, he would have won. Because
Welcome.
that gives everything +1/+1 to fearsome. It's more the +1/+1 that matters, but, like... Like, these will heal up to full. This will...
A real battle.
But now if he wants to kill me this turn... Well, he can't. He can't kill me this turn. So I don't know why he's, like, even considering, like, throwing shit under the bus. Like, I'm still having to trade. Poorly, but... I need to keep at least one of these around.
Bold, aren't you? Prove yourself. Come face me.
Sucks that I have to do it this way.
Approaching the battlefront.
At least these two heal up to full. Trading some smooth dudes for regen creatures, okay. Given the choices he made, yeah.
Sends chills up my spine.
Oh, and a frostbite. Yeah, but
Shatter them.
I need to start putting some pressure on. I'll probably just end up frostbiting whatever this whatever blocks this, because I need this to just keep this on lockdown. But I need to start pressuring him.
Demacian steel protects me. No regrets.
Next turn, he'll probably use Brom to, or one of these two to get rid of this, because this has just been an absolute thorn in his side. Or, okay. He'll just freeze this instead.
Ice runs in our veins.
Whoa. Damn. He'll probably attack first, though.
Time for talking to. Show me your best.
Follow my lead.
You call this a fight? Aha!
Yeah, I think that's just me dead. Damn. Damn, damn, damn.
Yourself.
Ah, well. We might... Let's revisit a deck. So, one of the first decks I made was Fire and Ice. So, let's edit this one. And we're actually going to go from the beginning and just theorycraft this. So I want Ash. Mainly because whenever she attacks, she just frostbites the strongest enemy. Enemies with 0 power can't block. And we get a crystal arrow. And she's well casted. 4 mana, 5/3. So I like her. We need to shore up the aggro match a bit. Once Braun gets even a little bit of power, yeah. Yeah. So let's... What if we make a Brom deck? Let's go 1, 2, 3 Brom, Vladimir. Maybe we don't play Ash. Make Pro Trouble, you know you want to. No, I'm going to make a particular deck. Nivea Trend. Yeah. Alright, so we're going to go 3 Omen Hawks. We won't play the Avarossan Sentry. Does the particular have to feature Poros? I don't have any of the good Poros, so no, go away. Arachnoid Sentry is great. I love the stun. We don't need to play as much Frostbite, but the synergy between Frostbite and Culling Strike is really good. Yeah, but I don't want to waste wild card slots right now. Okay. So the reason why we want a Frostbite is for Culling Strike. So kill a unit with 3 or less power. So we want Culling Strike. We'll come back to Flash Freeze if we need it. What else are we going to play? We want to play the key thing. So we want Avalanches for that aggro stuff. We're going to play Rime Tusk Shaman and Avarossan Hearthguard. Scar Maiden Reaver. Okay, is that Mighty Poro? Where's Mighty Poro again? Oh, yeah. 3 mana, 3/3 with Overwhelm. In a deck that we're buffing, we're going to play this. Noxian Guillotine, yeah. Kill a damage unit, you can cast this again this round. Crazy card. Now, we're not generating too much mana. There's no need to generate too much mana, so let's go back. Yeah, so we've reached our limit of 6 champions, so let's start getting some... making the deck you were already playing, but 2 cards different. Well, I'm playing in a entirely different faction, but you know, whatever. I'm gonna play Iceveil Archer. Probably like... Oh, Crimson Aristocrat. That's a really good question. Like, we're probably trying to take advantage of, like, Braum. The 3-mana 5/4 that can't block is a great beater. It is. It's an amazing beater. But it's not the direction I want to take with the deck. We are actually going to play Take Card. Play a Legion Veteran. Probably would have played more, but oh well. Oh, I guess we'll end up playing 2 of these. And Tavern Keepers. Yeah. Is there anything we want to cut for a 3rd Tavern Keeper? Probably just that and get the deck a bit more streamlined. Okay. Done. Did you see that the Innkeep card and the Babbling guy are actually the same piece of art? Ah, no, I didn't notice that. Now I need to check. So you got Babbling Bjerg and is it? Oh, it is. Ah, you can kind of, yeah, over here. Yeah. It's kind of neat. Do you see it in the Babbling Bjerg, though? I mean, this is basically like, yeah, the chick here is the main similarity. Huh. Neat. Alright. So hopefully we've covered all our bases. Hopefully. And we go up against the Ephemeral deck. Good. Yeah, it's the same scene. Yeah. I understood what you meant. It's fine. Let's go replace these 3. Feel like we can do better. Damn. Alright, so they're just getting into free damage. That's annoying. Because I can't block it, because it's got Fearsome. Man, so aggressive. At least the Tavern Keeper will gain us a bit of life. There's no way he's blocking. There's no way. You're just going to keep the 2-1. Yeah. Okay, very good. But it also means that... he's definitely going to attack first, which is super annoying. Nah, I need to save this to kill Elise. Eslux. Yeah, I want to play Eslux as well. Eslux deck seems really sweet, but I think you need like 3 copies of each to play like that deck. And Vlad's pretty sweet.
This'll take the chill off.
I wonder if I can bait him into like bad blocks. Knowing that, you know, he wants stuff to die. Yeah. Why? Seriously? Why? You have... I don't understand that. Don't you want your stuff to die? I'm gonna deal with this so he doesn't get free damage off of me. Probably. Yeah, 3 spiders for Elise. Oof, Avalanche is good. Avalanche is real good. Oh my god, yes. That's actually, like, perfect. Oh my god. I couldn't ask for more value right there. The 6 for 1. The 6 for 1. And that's why we play Avalanche, boys. Alright. Let's play this. Oh my lord, the 6 for 1. That's just greedy. So 3 Unleash Spirit, okay.
We shall not rest until all betrayers pay.
What if I just swung with everything? Maybe just that. And Kless is gonna instantly transform, and then bond with an ally, grant a plus. Deal 3 damage to an enemy unit. Oh. I'm sorry. Oh, that's Kless's Black Spear. I am bonded with Unleashed Spirit. Sure. Not bad. Not bad at all. I guess so. I'm not sure what the point of that is. Oh no, grant a +2/+0, so it's a 3/1 when she attacks.
Break the strong, slaughter the weak.
Just keep it on lockdown, I guess. How other token part of this game works. Yeah, I don't know. Tokens are weird. Could just swing with everything, right? Because no matter what this blocks, it's getting traded. So, yeah. Probably block this. That's, yeah, 10 damage. Right. Seems like a waste of a crucial spell, but whatever. What do I know?
Welcome to the tipsy hour.
Leaves me with perfect mana to transform into spell mana. Yeah, late to the party as always. Very good, Ron. I wonder if she attacks. Would you attack? Why wouldn't you attack?
How can Brom help? Ooh, tell the one about your door again.
Yep.
If it's a fight they want, stand behind Brom. A carved meat bigger than you.
I think that's how I'll do those blocks. Ah. There was gonna be something tricky. Okay.
Save the homestead.
Bring me the calm of an ice-shrouded world.
First we fight. Show me your best.
I mean, I think that's how I... Yeah.
It is easy, see?
The frost reveals all to me.
Even with that spell, that was a pretty mediocre attack, right? That's what I thought. Like, okay. Like, it wasn't just me. Like, I don't know why he felt like attacking there was a good idea, especially with his Callista. Like, I don't know. Maybe he's trying to work towards Hecarim. Yeah, I don't know. I think he chose pretty poorly in terms of a target for Callista, because I think Callista can be super, like in that instance, Callista could actually be super strong with, say, like paired up with an ability that triggers when it enters the battlefield.
My spine.
Carve a path.
We'll take what we want!
Have you met my shield?
I think that's the way to do that one. You need to block that. You're dead. Why? See, this is what I mean. Probably didn't read that had overwhelm, but even then, even if it didn't have overwhelm, this 4 damage. Like, please look at the board. Stop trying to think too far ahead. Like, that time, they tried to think way too far ahead. Way too far ahead. Oh, one more game. Yeah, they tried to think way too... I think, yeah, I don't think anyone reads Overwhelm, yeah, right? Oh, see, that looks like a stacked deck. That looks pretty stacked. Whereas he looks at mine like, what? Do I want Braum? Opening hand. I think I do. Definitely want this. I don't think I want this. I just get it back. Oh, thanks, Mulligans. You're so good. Omen Hawk it up, baby.
That egg. Did it move?
Yes. Get you a damn spider. Hey, am I versing Connor? Salty win boy? Connor, you didn't tell me that you were trying to queue into me. You say that, but like, I can see you right here. Okay.
Out from the darkness.
Salty gas boy. That's nasty. Whoa. That's a 6-7 for 5. Let's play the Poro.
If only those suitors were as lovely as you.
Question is, does he read Overwhelm? I feel like he does. Like that's definitely a No? Give me first strike as challenger. Yeah. Yeah, it's disgusting. Oh, and then yep, 3. Summon 2 spiderlings. Okay. Sure.
Nest, hatch, feed.
What's that noise?
Weak-willed fool. Smooth as silk.
How does everyone feel about the animations? Expedition earlier where I had 3 of the dudes that give challenge and 2 Lucians. Oof. That's gross. I would really like my what is it? I really like my avalanche about now. That'd be nice.
What will you have?
Cool. I feel like he's already like set up to. I'm doing this for blocks. I don't like it. I really don't like it, but I'm doing it for blocks. Because I don't have anything better to do. Like, I really don't. Because the first thing he's going to do is attack. Huh. That's interesting.
Do they need our help?
Okay. Oh. Perfect. Yeah, you have to play it becomes their signature spell. Yeah, I like it too. That's fine. I don't get to cast it again, but Thresh is gone. Thresh is super good. Oh, what up, man?
Break the strong, slaughter the weak.
I feel like I just saw that dude.
Set it all ablaze.
We should be friends. Please, I have connections.
Only a scratch.
All right. So maybe Braum's a little bit better, but like, I don't know.
Come on in. Good times, good friends. What could be better?
Okay, that's super aggressive.
Help is underway. Come back next time. My glory.
Hello, my darling.
What up?
Who was that?
Show me your best.
Actually, no, I need to play this. Hold on. I need to do this. That way, the first thing I kill is Thresh.
This is fun, yes?
Problems all.
Look how we have grown.
That way, Thresh doesn't trigger. Very good. And now all my things have regenerate. Okay. This is pretty busted. Sure. Like, I care. I really don't care about this Vile War, hey. I really don't. Sure. Have all the Vile Wars you want. Unless it's a third Vile Maul, then I might care. Alright. I guess I have to start caring. I'm doing this to put out an extra blocker. Because I don't know if he's just gonna... He's definitely just gonna swing next turn. So, I'm putting out blockers.
A chill in the air.
That's all this is. Just extra blockers. Ooh. Yep. That's a team. So let's go. We just need to survive this.
If it's a fight they want,
Prove yourself.
My sweet little.
I'll protect the villages. Save the host.
Try to understand. I'm
I like it. There we go. Woo! It was a little bit close. All right. Daily PvP. Oh, did it roll over to the next day, did it? Ah, very good. All right, let's crack open our epic capsule. Let's see what we get. So, 0 power, then frostbite all enemies. Ooh. Ooh. That's 7 mana. Mustache one out. Yeah, yeah. I mean, we were just bad-mouthing Braum, but if you manage to build a deck around him, he's amazing. Just gotta find the right deck for him, clearly. Battle Fury, grant an ally +8/+4. Is that just the Trin spell? Bloodsworn Pledge. Okay. In terms of like packs go, that was pretty medium. What do we get from this golden chest? Contains a capsule and a large amount of shards. Okay. Okay. Whew. The power of Mustache. Mustaches. If I had all the Poro cards, I'd make a Poro deck. But I don't, so nah. Ooh, Draven Jinx. This will be a sweet deck to verse. This is all bad. Everything but the Tryndamere is good. Ugh. Omen Hawk turn 1. Legit, it's like that good. It should actually be 2 mana. I actually think they messed up here. I think Omen Hawk should be 2 mana for what it does. Not a 1 mana 1/1, should be a 2 mana 1/1. It's too strong otherwise.
Charged up and ready to go.
That's annoying. Yeah, so this deck's just super aggressive.
What will you have?
The party has arrived.
Well, definitely gonna pass. That has burst too. So like, god damn it. The Mighty Poro's Brawl Mix should have.
Right up.
Or probably buff Draven or something, because like, why not?
Time for
Yeah.
the money makers.
Yeah.
I've carved meat bigger than you.
meat be broken.
How long does this 400 tutorials go?
Blinking sometime.
Oh, it took me about half an hour, I think. It's not that long. Just get good.
Break the strong, slaughter the weak.
Let the show begin.
Charge!
All of them? I've been slugging since... yeah, I'd say to finish all of them takes about half an hour. Like,
I've survived
yeah.
the winters.
It's not that bad.
Now we're cooking.
The prologue will... Well, okay, yeah. Those are two different things.
Come face me.
I'm gonna take 10 damage. That's a lot of damage.
I wasn't strong enough.
Man. I don't want to play any of this on his turn, because it's just... Yeah, it's very meh. Deal 1 to an ally. I'm gonna guess. Oh, the prologue. Oh, there's like 3 missions? That should only take like... Oh, like, do you mean all of the prologue missions that when you scroll through? Because those are 2 very different things. Ah, very good.
The answer is here somewhere. Immerse yourself in the unknown.
I'll give you to the count of 27.
That's interesting. So it actually triggers mid, like, ability. See, I would never have thought that.
If they mattered, I'd let them live.
Yeah. I am not winning this. So Jinx triggered in the middle of the creature's ability that said discard your hand, draw 3, deal 3. It's like a 6 mana 2/2, but Jinx managed to trigger in the middle. So like you discarded your hand, they discarded their hand, dealt 3, drew 3, but after the discard happened, Jinx actually transformed, and then the rest of the ability happened. Like, these are the things that you need to know, because that's a hell of a combo. That is a hell of a combo. Yeah, I want to stay... Yeah, do my best to try and stay free to play with this. So champion triggers are outside any priority then. Yeah. Yeah. Essentially, the condition just needs to be filled. Doesn't matter at what point. Yeah, it's not ideal. Would have honestly preferred the other hand. Yeah, I couldn't draw an Omen Hawk this game. Oh, this, like... But oh well. It's just what happens sometimes. We'll just pass. I'm not... Yeah, like, right now, I'm not too concerned.
Approaching the battlefront.
Maybe not. I'll play it out.
Not and ready.
Yeah, the spell mana component of the game is really neat. I like it too. How you can just store up spell mana and it uses that first. Wonder if he attacks first. I mean, if he doesn't, I get to play Brom.
Strength and grace. Beauty in the play. Rom is on the job.
Probably gets, you know, attacks with this. And, like, probably only attacks with this, and then, yeah, pulls it in to get rid of it.
Do they need our help?
Or just swing with everything. Okay. Just wants to get the one in? Because I'm definitely blocking this. But you're definitely dragging this, right? Right? It's a free trade. Or not. Okay. Sweet.
You are safe with Rom. Save the homestead.
I don't mind getting maximum value off of that.
See? My shield is my sword.
Oh, crap. See, this is how inexperienced I am. I clicked attack without thinking. I should have just dragged him in. Like that is completely on me. I don't know why I derped that hard.
Try to understand.
But at least this is somewhat okay. Oh, and then I can do this. Very good. And now Brom's a 5/8. Okay. Would have been much better than that, but oh well. Now that's just a big wall.
Break their spirits and their soul.
So I'm stunning this because when he does attack, I want him to drag this in front of this, which amounts to more damage So that Braum triggers earlier. Because 3 is more than 2.
Stand behind Rob.
I'd ask your name, but I don't care.
This is also fine. Alright. Now, don't screw up this time.
First we fight. Show me your best.
Cool. We did what we were meant to. So if the damage goes through... Please let the damage go through. I'm not sure what he could do in this situation. He has 1 more spell mana than me, so he could pull something out. Pull something out of the bag. Probably Kingling his 2/4 was better. No. Jinx is bonkers, yeah. Yeah, right. Wait. Okay. Why though? Sure. Why though? But why though? But why though? I'm so confused. What just happened? But why though?
Bring me the
But
call of an
yeah, right? Like, I guess he's learning just like I am. Like, cause I mean, I had an inkling of what would happen, but
runs in our veins.
not like that. I'm actually really liking Rhyme Tusk Shaman. I want to run 3 of these. Just being able to like frostbite the strongest enemy is just, it's really good.
Will no one listen?
I'm gonna play a Nivea.
My talons are frost, my wings the bitter winds.
And Rob is your wingman.
Oh my god, Braum, why? Why are you a Nivea's wingman? Come on. Come on, man. Come on, man. Yeah, pumping and brushing with Braum is definitely where it's at.
There's a scent in the air.
Sick. Okay.
Can't afford to miss.
I didn't want a 2-1 anyway. I wanted more 3-3s. Definitely wanted more 3-3s. Pump up the gym. Pump it up.
The frost reveals all to me.
Oh. That's alright.
Let's go outside the door. Good luck. Have fun.
I don't... Oh... No, there are a couple of cards in his deck. Like, if he has them in his deck, can turn the tide. I don't know if he'll be able to do it all in one turn, though.
Rend the skies.
I think I see why the Poro deck would be amazing.
Restless.
And then, bam. Frostbited. Boom. That's gross. A4, now a 0-4. To do nothing. Like, I'll never block this. Never. I don't care.
We fight for those who cannot.
That's nice. Yeah, Bron can win that fight the first time, yeah. I think I'll just drag Garen in, though. Create in hand a random 1-cost poro from any region. Okay. Make the poro. Then you just guillotine him. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly how that works. Actually, you know what? That's funny. Let's do it. Have you transform. That's fine. Yeah, Jubilant Poro. He's not low lane no more. Sure, have your transformation. Sure. What do I care? It's just gonna get frostbitten anyway. And then Nivea transforms and all this crap just goes away. Why? But why though? Why would you? Why? But why though? Why? Why? Why though? Why though? I'm so confused.
I will endure.
But why though? Oh, oh, the guillotine! Oh, dude, the guillotine! Oh, he's just dead. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Trin's dead. Garen's dead. Oh no! It's like Darius really gonna get all over again. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Sure. It's still dead? It's still dead? Oh my lordy. Oh my lordy. Oh my lordy. Oh my lordy. Oh, the Lord. Praise be him.
A new era begins.
Alright, let's finish this. Whew. Woo! Baby. Daily PvP win bonus. I like it, I like it. Oh, we leveled up the vault to 10. Oh, okay, so they're not gold, they're platinums. Or whatever the level after gold is. I don't know. Awesome. Alright, I'm glad we could end that on a win. So, all in all, I have high hopes for this game. I have high hopes. Like, if this is just the beta, then I think Riot is on the right track. There are a couple of cards that do need tweaking. I think Omen Hawk needs to be at least 2 mana. Like, for what it does, it really should be a 2-mana 1/1. I want more tribal synergy. So not just Poros for the gimmick, but I want more tribal synergy between different types. I don't mean like deck synergy where it's a Freljord unit or it's a Demacian unit. Like how I want how there are Sentinel units within Demacia. I haven't had a look at the other decks, but I want more. Yeah, there's so there's Poros, Elites, and Spiders. But I want more tribal synergy. So I don't mean deck synergy, but tribal synergy, and have those tribes within like the different factions. So there's more diversity. I do like how you do have your aggressive beat face decks, your mid range decks, and your spell decks. What else do I want? I want a silence ability. But I know that that's a big feels bad because a lot of the champions do depend on leveling up, and then silencing that kind of just makes them like a super generic card. So maybe just silence a minion or an ally, so not silence a champion. Like champions are immune to silence. Yeah, silence non-champion would be perfect. There is one for silencing your own guys, but like the only really effective strategy that I've seen against last breath decks is the Ionian trait of recalling, so just bouncing stuff. But it's not that's not permanent because they just play next turn and whatever. So you have to really pick and choose when you recall or do something like that. So I'd prefer like a silenced non-champion minion, because there are some minions in there that are just super frustrating to deal with, like really frustrating, and they just keep coming back, and it's just yeah, it's too expensive for maybe just a. Actually, what I really want is a generic card pool. So at the moment, all the cards are in the regions. There's no generic card pool like in Hearthstone. How there's a generic card pool and then you've got class-based cards. I would prefer there to be like a generic card pool that applies to all of the... that you can fit into all of the factions. Or if they're going to keep it this way, have a bit more of a outline of what each region is good at, and just stick to that. So let's say Demacians are the ones with challenge. So no other region should have challenge in their repertoire. So if you want to play a challenge deck, you've got to at least play Demacia and something else. Or with Shadow Isles, but then that leads to narrow deck building as well. Yeah, I don't know. Just at like in its current form, like it will definitely change in the future, like definitely. But in its current form, I don't think I like the deck construction portion of this game. Like, it seems neat on the surface, but once you start delving deeper into it, there are some very narrow options. So I am yet to see a Freljord Shadow Isles deck, for example. I see lots of Demacia Freljord. I see lots of Shadow Isles Iona. I see Shadow Isles Noxus. I see Piltover, Zorn, and Iona. But there's no, say, like, Shadow Isles Demacia. There's no Freljord Shadow Isles. Like there's a very clear cut order to these decks, and that's just so far. I could be completely off the mark, but so far when it comes to deck building, it's a little too narrow for my liking. Any idea if you get wild cards or shards when you get more cards than you have in a deck? Yes, you do. You get shards. And you get a number of shards dependent on the rarity. So, commons, it's like 15 shards or something. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, the card pool doesn't really help either, because not a lot of people have, like, every single card. And I don't think it's worked out what the best combination of champions is. Do you go two champions but with 3 copies of each, or do you go 3 of one, 2 of another, 1 of the other? Like, so far, there's no correct configuration of champions, which I appreciate. You can't, like, for some configurations, you go, like, 2-2-1-1. For some, you go 3-3. For some, you go 3-1-1. I think, going forward, I think the correct way to build a deck is you pick one champion. Like if you're why wasn't 5 champs in a deck like a match of LoL? Yeah, that's kind of strange, right? Like, how did they settle on 6 being the? Oh, I suppose they settled on 6, so you could at least choose 2 champions. 2 champions and have the full 3 copies of each. I think that's where they settled on in terms of having 6 champions in a deck. As for things on board, yeah. Look, I just don't like having a limit of things on board anyway. Like, if it was up to me, you just go no limit, but that then lends itself to some very obtuse deck building. Like, having a card limit on board forces you to think in a certain way. Whether that's good or not, well, only time will tell when it comes to this kind of deck. Or to this kind of game. Yeah, you're probably right. If this was exclusively PC, I don't know. Because there'd be just some constraints that you'd have to force on yourself to not have go wide decks be, too strong. But anyway, thanks for tuning in, everyone. I'll be playing this game all week, and hopefully, we'll see you all next Monday. Hopefully I'll have a larger card pool, or I'll have a slightly better understanding of the game, and a slightly worked out meta. Until then, peace.